Here we go, the Michael Batson Show on a Tuesday, coming to you live from Chicago. So we figured out the Trevor Lawrence situation, and I think the two most interesting stories now are Dak Prescott and his situation, and then Tua Tagovailoa and his situation. I think Jordan Love is going to get paid. We discussed it earlier today. Brock Purdy, I think he's going to go into his fifth year. The 49ers are going to hold out for a contract extension and a new deal. I think the Cowboys are going to pay Dak. I think the Dolphins are going to pay Tua. And it's hard for me to talk about this again and again of how Tua deserves to get paid. But every time I see people saying, no, he shouldn't, it's not a good deal, he's not worth it, I get upset. Because I think he falls into the category of a game manager, of a Brock Purdy-esque quarterback. And I'm here to say that's not true. Brock Purdy and his numbers fall off tremendously when the offensive line isn't great, when Christian McCaffrey isn't there, when adversity, when weather, when storylines, when pressure, when opponents arise. You could see it in his numbers. Brock Purdy is a system quarterback. He has a great team. Jimmy Garoppolo played great in that offense. Alex Smith played great in that offense. Tua Tagovailoa is quite the opposite. And even though he has some skill players, he's much more valuable and means more to this Dolphins squad. He's put up top 5 numbers in every quarterback stat category in the last 3 seasons. He's done everything that the Dolphins fans and the Dolphins faithful have asked him to do. He's cut down on his interceptions. He's missed less games. He played a full 17 last year. He went to the playoffs, put up a competitive game versus the Chiefs. And in year 3, he took major strides to become that franchise quarterback. And I said this a few days ago to Dolphins fans not wanting to pay Tua, not worth it. Forget about the money. Because Trevor Lawrence is getting paid and Brock Purdy will get paid. Every quarterback with the market is going to get paid. Forget about the money. What's the other option for the Dolphins? What's plan B? Do you sign a quarterback off of waivers, a free agent like a Kirk Cousins? That wouldn't fit great in the Dolphins system. 36 years old, coming off an injury. The Dolphins don't have a great offensive line. They need to score a lot of points. And their quarterback needs to be healthy. You could roll the dice and develop a star quarterback from USC or Oklahoma or Ohio State. But when you develop a quarterback and pick a quarterback in the top 5, no matter how much insight you have on the guy, it's a crapshoot. You don't know for sure. And more times than not, he's off the team in 4 to 5 years. You know what's not a gamble is Tua Tagovailoa. As long as he's healthy, you know he's going to be there. He's going to give the ball to his weapons, and he'll give you a chance to win every game. He's a really good quarterback. Now, if you want to wait 3 to 4 years and take a shot on the next star quarterback, be my guest. If you want to sign an older quarterback who has 1 or 2 years left and is going into the deep end of his career, be my guest. But if you're smart, you pay Tua Tagovailoa, you give him a blank check, and you remain atop of that division because you have a good quarterback. Good quarterbacks are hard to find in the NFL. And I think Tua is a tier 2 quarterback. He's not Burrow. He's not Trevor Lawrence. He's not Joe Burrow. He's not Josh Allen. He's not Mahomes. He's not Jackson. He's not Herbert. But after that, he's with Aaron Rodgers. He's with Dak Prescott. Because we know if things go bad, he'll still play well. We know that in the 4 games without Tua and Waddle, he was 3-1. We know after the season-ending injury and in 2022 where he had all types of injuries, including a concussion, 2023 he played all 17 games. We know that in a tough division with a tough schedule, not a great defense, not a great offense, he was good. He had great numbers, and he didn't throw the ball away or turn it over nearly as much as in his first 2 years. So this is an example of common sense. And this is an example of always wanting more. In the NFL, we think that quarterbacks are easy to come by, and that you could always grab the next quarterback, and in 3 years you have a shot. The Jets have tried to do that. The Broncos have tried to do that. It hasn't worked. The Falcons have tried to do that. Hasn't worked. You know what does work? Developing a guy, giving him time. That's what the Packers do. That's what the Cowboys do. It seems to work. And there's no way why you should cut Tua, send him away after 3 great years, 3 great stats where he's developing and getting better every year, for the chance to sign an older quarterback, or for the chance to get lucky and win in a crapshoot and in 3 years have a quarterback standing where Tua is right now. It's not worth it. 2 years ago, we saw Trey Lance was a bust. Justin Fields was a bust. Mac Jones was a bust. Zach Wilson was a bust. Most quarterbacks from the draft don't make it out after year 3. Tua not only has made it out of year 3, but in a crucial 4th year, he looks healthier than ever and better than ever. His stats are great. He's a good kid, no off-the-field issues. Injuries isn't a concern. There's no way thinking that Trevor can get $35 million and Zach Wilson could get this big contract, but Tua Tagovailoa won't. A fan could think that there's something better, but GMs know there isn't. GMs know that Tua is one of the top 4 or 5 best quarterbacks under 27. After Stroud and after Jordan Love, maybe Caleb Williams, he's right there. You could shout in the TV all you want saying Tua's not worth it. He is. It's the right decision for the Dolphins. It's the right decision for Miami. It's a Michael Batson show. Tua's going to get paid.